Hi there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. Tonight, I should say, I would like to talk to you about time. I don't know about other countries. I know that in this country, United States, that a lot of people value money. I don't value money. I can make more money. I value time because I can't make more time. The time I have left is what time I have left. I can't make any more. I can't make up anymore. So I value time. And being somebody who values time, I'm really kind of the oddball out in this society. And here's why. And these are these are huge pet peeves of mine. I value time, not money. I can't get time back. So I'm not appreciative of people who want to constantly send me a bunch of memes and a bunch of other things, whether that is through private messaging, whether that's through emails, whether it's through text, whether it's through whatever. I don't care what form they're sending it on. If you're constantly sending me crap that, one, we haven't discussed and I've never asked, you are basically telling me that you want to waste my time. You want my attention, but I'm not giving it to you. So you're just going to keep sending me these things over and over again. It doesn't look good. It makes you look desperate. If somebody can't respect, and I'm not talking to anybody in particular. These are just pet peeves that have bothered me for a long time. I've valued time over money since I was in my early 20s. I have issues when people waste my time. You want my attention, then show some damn respect. And how you show respect to somebody who values time is you don't waste their time. If you're constantly wasting their time, do you honestly think they constantly want to be looking at all this crap? No, they've got other things going on. You're not the center of their world. Just because that's what you want, you don't get to manipulate the situation by forcing them to interact with you on things that they're not even interested in. And this has always been, my time is valuable. However, here's the good thing about my time being valuable. Hey, don't sit on her face. Anyways, here's the other part about my time being valuable. Is if I am spending time with a friend or a family member, we are hanging out, we're having lunch, or we're just hanging out, my phone is not going to be in my hand. There are special ringtones and special ring notifications for my children, which are grown. They have their own special stuff. So I don't ever have to look at my phone. If I hear a tone that belongs to one of my children, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to respond. Those are my children. They deserve priority. They know how I am about time, so they don't waste my time. So that's why they're priority. And I would do that I have quite a few friends too. Like my friend Jen, she has a special notification ringtone, because she does send me stuff, but she's got a life too, so she's not constantly sending it. It's here and there. And when I spend time with my family or my friends, the company that I am keeping has my attention. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not looking things up. Now, if we're in conversation and we're like, oh, what does this mean? I'll look it up so then we can figure it out. But I'm not sitting on my phone. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not interacting with anybody on my phone when I am spending time with another human being. I find that to be very rude. With that information, I always let people know, especially when they start talking about this and that, and I'm like, I don't value money, I value time. I tell everybody that for the sole purpose that if you really care about me and you want to be my friend or anything else, you're going to respect me. And respecting me is knowing that I value time. So if you're wasting a lot of my time, You don't respect me, and I know that. Along with that time, I'm going to share a little bit of information about when I was a child. So my mother was extremely manipulative, extremely vindictive and controlling. She alienated my father, and she had tried to convince, and when I was young, she tried to convince us that if we didn't take my cousin Mickey with us, then he would kidnap us and we'd never see her again. And then as I got older, she put it out there that I needed to be aware that he might molest me. None of this ever happened. My father would have never done any of that stuff. The only thing that saved me as a child was I had memories of my dad, and I knew that she was full of shit. There were bits and pieces when I was young that I sided with her because that was my mother and I didn't know anything. I only knew what she told me. It wasn't until I got older and I started to become a teenager and started dating and started understanding things a little differently that I was very angry. And yes, I was also angry at my father, but I was not angry at him because of anything that my mother said. I was angry because he left me with this crazy woman. And that took me a little bit of time to get over. But the reason that I'm explaining this piece of information to you is when you are raised by somebody who is manipulative, controlling, and vindictive, you learn to sit back, you learn to observe, you learn to be excessively aware of your surroundings. And I am going to say this on here because I don't know if certain people watch the channel or not, but if they do, there's a few people that I know that are stalking me. Like physically. I know you're watching me. It's creepy. It's weird. This is why I want nothing to do with you. Because it's creepy and it's weird. I'm not blind. You can think, these people can think that they're smarter, and the reason that I share a lot of the things that I share with you about why people are this way is because of growing up with my mother. I had to go through therapy and everything else as an adult to learn how to. I had to learn how to stop being codependent. I had to learn how to stop having all these things that were left over from my childhood. And the one thing that I learned through the whole process was I can see things that most people normally wouldn't look for. But most people wouldn't look for it because they've never had to deal with anybody that was crazy, manipulative, and vindictive. My growing up as a child with that, and anybody who has a parent like this, or has had a parent like this, you grow up observing and knowing. You walk on eggshells constantly because you know that one wrong look to this person or one wrong word and they're gonna snap on you. So when you become an adult and you go through your therapy and everything else and you start to heal yourself, certain aspects of what you learned as a child, you overcome a lot of stuff, but there's certain pieces of it that you don't ever give up. You can't. My necessity to be aware of what's going on around me, even though people don't know it, and if you meet any of my friends, they will tell you this. If I sit with a group of friends and we're sitting at, I don't know, Chipotle outside having lunch or whatever, and we're all having a conversation, I'm 100% in that conversation. I'm not on my phone, I'm in the conversation, but I'm looking around. And they all know that I am. I'm watching. I still make eye contact with them, I still talk with them, we're still going, but I'm watching around. Now, some of my girlfriends are well aware that I do this and why I do it, so if they see me focusing in one spot for too long, they will interrupt everybody and be like, hold on a minute. And they will look at me and they'll be like, what are you seeing? And I will tell them. And then they will look and they'll be like, oh my God. So, and that doesn't happen often, but when it does, they know that I look around. I'm aware of my surroundings, like crazy aware of my surroundings. So this is why when people want to think that they're being sneaky, you can't be sneaky. I know what's going on. I'm not going to confront you. And I'm not going to confront somebody that would be a stalker or watching me behind my back or anything else. I would never confront anybody like that. And the reason I wouldn't confront them is because you're crazy. I'm not confronting you. I'm just going to put you at arm's length. We don't need to be hanging out. I know I can't trust you. So, if you value time and somebody wastes it constantly, you do not have to in any way, shape, or form feel bad for ignoring it. It's not their time, it's your time. It's my time. It's your time. It belongs to you, not to whoever wants to suck you dry of it. You owe nobody any explanation for what you do in your time. I don't care if the only thing you do with your time when you're not working and you're not having to take care of your responsibilities, I don't care if the only thing you do with your time is just chill out and enjoy your peace and quiet. That is your time. You can use it any way you want. And anybody who's going to come in and try to tell you or try to impose their space and their time onto you and waste yours, you have every right to ignore them. And here's my biggest thing. So when I was in the relationship, before I started this journey back in 2019, I started at the beginning of 2020. There was a point where that ex and his sister-in-law had a fight. They were fighting, acting a fool. It was turned into a big to-do at family functions. It was a mess. And they had both irritated me, so I blocked them both. Yeah, I was dating him, but he was blocked from my Facebook. And one day I went shopping with his mother, and she says, well, my daughter-in-law is a little upset that you blocked her on Facebook. And I looked at my boyfriend's mother, and I said, well, I blocked John too. I said, he's blocked too. And she goes, you did? And I said, yeah, it's my Facebook page. It's not anybody else's. Nobody else is responsible. If I post something on there, nobody else is getting in trouble for it but me. So why would I not have control over it? Why would I feel bad by taking control over it? That makes no sense to me. It's my page. I run it how I want. So people wasting my time, don't have time for it. That screams to me desperation, that you want my attention, and that's not how you're going to get it. That's exactly how you're going to guarantee you will not get any of my attention. The other part is when you stalk. And there's more than just stalking physically in person, and there's all kinds of technology to stalk. But the thing is I know the people that are stalking, and you narc yourself out all the time. That's what they can't understand. My growing up with the childhood that I had makes me hyper aware of what's going on around me. So if I say something that I've never said to another human being, and this person then all of a sudden says something to me about it that he should have no knowledge or she should have no knowledge of, I now know, wait a minute, how would you know that? Exactly. So, do not feel like you owe anybody your time. You have your responsibilities, take care of your responsibilities, and you know what? Self-care, in my opinion, is way more important than anything else. So, you don't feel like dealing with people, don't deal with them if you don't want. You have the right to ignore somebody that's wasting your time constantly. You have the right to block them if you want. You have the right to do whatever you want. You're the one that pays your bill. Your cell phone bill. You're the one that pays, that takes care of your page and your email and everything else. You are not obligated to any of these people that want to rob you of your time. None of them. And no is 100% a complete sentence. That one was probably the hardest one for me to learn, was to be able to say no without an explanation. Because growing up in the household I did, you were made to feel guilty if you didn't jump and do things that everybody wanted you to. I don't do that shit no more. If I don't want to do it, nope, I don't want to do it. Plain and simple. I don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't owe, and anybody that wants to question me on anything that I do, when I'm working, what kind of money I have, anything else, what bills I have, that's nobody's business. I'm a single woman by myself with 3 dogs. I owe nobody any explanation for what my bank account looks like, or for what bills I have, or what I spend my money on. I owe nobody an explanation. And anybody that wants to ask those questions is going to pretty much get told it's none of their business. Or I'm just going to ignore them and walk away. Because nobody has the right to that information. And people tend to overstep boundaries, and the people that overstep boundaries like that are doing it because they want to manipulate and control you. If they had no desire to manipulate and control you, they would respect your boundaries. They would respect your time. They would respect everything else. And they don't. And respect is earned, not given. And if you haven't earned it and you've proved that you don't deserve the respect, don't think I'm going to give it to you later. You've already proven to me who you are. I know how hard it is to change. People can do it. All of us can do it. It's something that every human being is capable of. But it's a lot of hard work. And nobody wants to do the hard work. That's why you don't have a lot of people that do it. That's what this channel is about. 100% this channel is purely about the people who want to grow. They want to love themselves, and they want to find their true authentic self. They want to keep growing and becoming better human beings as they age. That's all this channel is about. Anything else is irrelevant, in my opinion. That's what this channel is purely about. And that's why I share these things with you. These aren't specific to situations that are going on currently or anything. These are things that I share with you so you understand you do not have to let people rob you of your time. You do not have to respond to people if you do not want to. And no is a complete sentence. You owe nobody any explanations. Now, if you're married and you share an account and things like that, there's different things there that you might have to have involved. But if you're single like me, you owe nobody any explanation for anything. And I don't even care if you're dating somebody. If you guys are not married and you guys do not share accounts, they have no right to know anything about your stuff either. Just because they're dating doesn't mean they have any right to know any of that knowledge. And if they think they do, now you know, get rid of them real quick. They're controlling. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that tonight. I've got I'm working on a couple of other videos. I will be back. Sorry I haven't been back. I've been working real late into the night and then getting home late and then sleeping, and it's been crazy. And I got a couple of other things that I've been working on too. So stick with me. If you got questions or anything else, please feel free to reach out. I leave my contact information below. You can leave a message. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to those pretty quickly. So, have a great night, guys. Love ya.